Okay, so here we are down at the plot, and welcome back. So I'm just going to turn the camera around. So I thought we'd start on the bottom section in the Polytunnel to begin with. So in here, what have we got here? So we've got some little lettuces coming now that I transplanted, both sides. Anyway, there's all left. These three borlotti beans. Then we got obviously tomatoes. These are climbing French beans. Starting to grow now, but it's taking ages to get going. I don't know why, because it's really should be ideal conditions in here. Anyway, more tomatoes, some more lettuce, interplanted or underplanted as they call it. You can see I've got some side shoots that need picking out. Some rocket coming, and sweet corn, and lastly cucumber. So this, as far as the sweet corn is concerned, it's a bit of an experiment on the beans to see if they will work in here. I think what I would like next year is I want to try some melons, see how that works. Anyway, there we are. I'm going to let him grow a bit longer. I'm going to hopefully train him along this. I don't know if you can see in this. There's a bit of a string here. Let's see if he'll train him up there. Okay, moving on. It really is dry down here now, and we're struggling for water. So we don't have a water supply down here. Now you probably can't see, and I'm not going to remove the cover because there's too many stones and stuff to mess about with. But under here I've got right. What have I got under here? I think these are Brussels sprouts. The reason I'm just filling up spaces now at the moment. So these will be Brussels sprouts. Yeah, Brussels sprouts. Got to cover them, everything with netting because of the birds. Purple sprouting on here. My sad rhubarb. Now these are the raspberries, and these are, bear with me. Oh yeah, that's the autumn variety. I went courgettes, one over there and one over there. Now then, these raspberries I shall be moving further up, maybe to the top plot yet. And this fruit tree here, because it's still quite new, I'm going to see if I can transplant him, because it's not thriving down here. It's far too wet, which is bizarre at the moment, I know, but normally it's absolutely soaking down here. So I'm going to move him or her. This side, this is not so bad, so I'll probably leave that fruit tree there. I think this is the pear tree. The other one's the apple. My strawberries, of course, another apple tree. In here, can't quite see, but there's a row of something's been digging, but look at it. I got some swede coming up, just about germinating. See if we can zoom in on it. I don't know if that will come up on the camera. My currants, gooseberries, and potatoes. These are the main crop potatoes, Desiree Reds, and I got one and which way around is it now? 1 2/3 of second earlies, Charlotte, and then an odd 2 or 3 of Desiree, main crop. More gooseberry and tayberry. Now these two are going to be moved definitely up to the top plot, and what's going to happen, these posts will come out. This area will be levelled off, raised up and levelled off, and it's going to be a flower bed here. And then these raspberries are probably going to come out and got rid of, because they're well over 20, maybe 30 years old now, these plants, and they're not producing particularly well, so I think it's time to get rid of them, which is why, oh sorry, yeah, I forgot to tell you that these are the replacements. These are a new stock of summer variety raspberries. Okay, my storage area for rubbish, basically, with all my compost bins. Yeah, all my water containers virtually empty. Broad beans, not doing too bad. I'm going to water them now after I finish this filming, because I haven't watered them for ages, so they could do with a bit of water. And that is horseradish, which is perked up since I've been feeding and watering it. And then under here we have peas. Don't know if we can see if we can show you. So in there's some peas. I may put some more peas in this little section here, just to fill it up. Brussels sprouts gone to seed. I'll collect the seed when it's ready. Here we have leeks. Now the way I've planted these, I sort of way they tell you to do it is put a hole and put a leek in and water it in, but all I've done is just moved the earth aside, planted them, and then in 2 or 3 leeks to a station, multi-sown basically. Carrots are coming up, if you can see. Bit of spare ground at the moment, and sweet corn and some lettuce under cover at the moment. When they get bigger I shall take the covers off, because the birds will have a field day with otherwise. Right, some more sweet corn under here, and in this row I have cauliflowers. Yeah, cauliflowers, so you can, and I'll explain about the broad beans as well shortly. And similar here, here I have more Brussels sprouts, one there, all the way up. Now then, you notice they're planted amongst broad beans, so I planted the broad beans first, and then they came up, and then I planted the Brussels sprout plants after. Now, I've tried this before and it seems to work. So basically the broad beans sort of protect, in a way, certainly from birds and butterflies, the plants. And I know what you're going to say, it'll be, oh, but don't they shade them from the light? Well, if I let them grow too big, yes, probably would. So what will happen, these will get to a certain size, then I'll cut them down. I'll cut a few down around the actual plant, leave the others for the time being, and hopefully what that'll do is the roots then will start to degrade and release the nitrogen back into the soil for the plant. That's the theory. Whether it actually works, I do not know, because obviously it's not a scientific test. Some more odd onions, which I haven't done a very good job on these, but these are the autumn onions. Right in here, this is just to fill up a bit of space, but some runner beans and French beans. And then up here we have cultivated blackberry, which so what's going to happen in this section is the tayberry is going to go in here, and obviously the blackberry there, so that's what's going to occupy this space. And I am slowly going to move up my fruit bushes bit by bit to up to here and concentrate the veg on the bottom plot. Right, moving on, we've got the asparagus. This is the first or second year? No, second year, I think. That's right, second year of growth. So yeah, they're not too bad. Obviously, I can't pick them yet. They have to be left to get stronger and establish. An odd one coming up there. More courgettes, and in here we have butternut squash. And it did work. Rather than leave the butternut squash trail across the ground, I'm going to tie, as they grow, I'm going to tie them up to this trellis or fence, whichever you want to call it. And then, but we will have to tie the fruits when they get to a certain size, because they get heavy. You will have to tie them as well to it to support them. Under here is peas all the way along. What have we got? Spare now. This is Perpetual. Something's eating this by the look of it. Probably sparrows. They love the nibbling the leaves. A bit of a weed there. So they love nibbling the edges of the leaves. I have to put some cover over that. Anyway, so that's Perpetual beet, which is self-sown, but I've just left it. Leeks I'm just leaving now to produce seed for next year, and this is purple sprouting gone to seed, which obviously I will collect the seed for that. I certainly won't need all that, but it's quite a lot. And then here we have beetroot, multi-sown again, so it's like 3 or 4 in each station, and then I'll just, as they grow, I'll just take out the biggest one and let the others carry on growing. Another early bird turning up. And here we have my main crop onions, all in this row, with an odd garlic that I must have left behind. Main crop onions and more garlic. The top one is the elephant garlic, and in here, I don't know if you can see, I've got some purple sprouting. So I'm just going to pause for a second